Greetings, welcome to You Can Art Too. This is John D. L. Arthur here, reminding you, if you have not done so already, to follow me on Instagram at John D. L. Arthur, and that my commissions are always open. You can DM me there. Visit my website, www.johndlarthur.com. I post different illustrations between my Instagram page and here, kind of like a portfolio. You can also book me here. I do small tattoos. Or if you wanted a consultation for your children's book illustration, you can book me there. My shop is also here. My books are available here, posters and prints too. And finally, my sip and paint events and ticket information will be here too. Hello all, my name is John D. L. Arthur, and I'm here to talk to you about Suitors. This is the third episode of this series documenting the biggest piece that I've ever done. It is 24 inches high and 80 inches wide, and it's centered around this woman walking through a city block, having a bunch of suitors kind of fall at her feet and shoot their shot. So we started with the first suitor, who was influenced by the Fat Lip verse. He's holding on to his feelings, doesn't know if the love goes both ways. Then we added the second suitor, who was in juxtaposition of him. He's leaving his porch. He's got gifts and candy in hand to seek out her affection. He's going to cross her path and shoot his shot that way directly. And then we had the third suitor. It was like, well, how else do people shoot their shot? It's not always welcome. It's not always respectful. There are people that slide DMs and say weird things. There's people that on the street and say weird things that won't let you pump your gas, etc., etc. So I wanted to represent him, the heckler. So I put him far up in kind of an ivory tower situation, because those folks kind of always feel like they're entitled to your time or response. Like they already kind of up there weirdness, right? So he's up there. It's also a bit of cowardice on his part as well. Not taking action. He didn't write a letter or anything. He's just shouting what he likes about it. He's just shouting, right? So that's where he's got a big mouth. And I'll get into like his anatomy and those creative decisions. But that's why he exists. He adds that wrinkle to the story. And so I'll let you guys see how he was drawn, how he came to be, and I'll sprinkle my little words of procreate wisdom every now and then I'll check in with you at the end and tell you what's up next. I know you're probably like, John, you skipping something. Like, the lady didn't have a head and a face before, and now she got a head and a face, and we talking about a third dude hollering at her. What happened? Here's what happened. Her face just kind of happened really fast. It was a natural thing. I wasn't screen recording. This is me showing it to you a second time. I wasn't screen recording, and I didn't catch all the details, but the dreads came later. It literally happened in 30 minutes. My bad, guys. But here's how it looked. With Procreate, you can drag and drop layers between projects. So I just took her face, put it in the main canvas, did it up, added the dreads, and then went to work on the heckler. So that's how the woman came to be. We're not done with her yet. She needs a lot of details and stuff, but she's in place. So obviously he's a heckler, so he's got to have a big mouth. I wanted him to look distorted. So when I was working on his face, I wanted him to look like he was bugging out. His hair, I wanted him to be in like his 40s. And I wanted the years of misogyny and like being rejected and thinking he's the greatest. He's got a little superiority complex. Like all of that stuff took its toll on his face. Like he thinks he's the greatest, God's gift to women. But in reality, he looks like a random yokel. So, you know, make his tongue look like he's got bad breath, give him weird teeth, give him a weird Adam's apple, because that's supposed to be like, you know, masculine. Let me jack that tooth up a little bit, because you can't see him from afar. You can't see those teeth from afar. That's why he still think he's got a shot. Alright, confession. I didn't want to have to color in a palm, so I just switched his hand. I just didn't want to have to think that hard right there, figure that out, so I just switched his hand position. It's way easier to shade in the back of a hand than palms and those little lines on your wrinkle lines on the palm of your hand. So I just did that. I took a little shortcut, but it looks good. Kind of give him a quick skeleton. He is not a very muscular man at all. Very bony, fragile, frail, like his ego and his self-confidence. You gotta reflect all that kind of stuff to make it believable. Everything about him is a struggle. Hygiene is not his thing. I'm gonna give it a little struggle beard in a second. Yeah. So there's a bunch of plays on like masculinity, like giving him, like overcompensating for masculinity, trim whatever with his Adam's apple, the struggle beard, not having that charming gift of gab, giving him bad breath tongue, not giving him a very muscular frame, but like a fragile, awkward, herky-jerky-ness. Like this is all a part of his character, why he is choosing to shout, you know, at this woman instead of having some common sense or some respect towards her if he likes her. So, yeah, all these different approaches going on. And then, you know, I place him in a tower. Like I said, he's not, quote unquote, man enough to say it to her face or come down, you know. She's supposed to come to him, like he's that dude. Yeah, so this is how the 3 suitors are. This is how the block looks. Doesn't look like this currently, like I said. I'm kind of catching you guys up. But we got Kyle Barker on the right. We got the Fat Lip verse in the middle. And then we got the heckler on the left. And she doesn't even have an arm at this point. And then I was thinking to myself, like, I wonder how close Procreate is to Adobe Illustrator. Does it have guides and everything? Am I on the right track creating like a visual loop, you know? So when you look at this piece, you flow from one thing to the next. The heckler, the woman, the guy, you know, you're always lost in this city. And I found a perspective tool. So I found one of the drawing grids, put it on perspective, added a vanishing point, and I realized that all of the suitors are pretty much looking at her hips, not really her face, just her stride and walk. So with them all staring at her hips, it made me question Do they really want to get to know her, or do they just want to be with her because she's so attractive? So then I wanted to add another suitor, and this one sees her for her. So it's like you can't necessarily establish, a guy who's been in the friend zone. Like, what does that look like? If you're looking at this, I'm telling a story really fast, so you can't really give background, right? So then I had to create a suitor that would see her for her, and who or what type of people see other folks for who they are genuinely, just based off their like energy and their actions and stuff. And that's children. And then who, as a young man, young boy, doesn't develop that crush on Miss Parker or Miss Johnson. So I thought adding a fourth suitor with a childhood crush just kind of adds to how phenomenal this woman is. Like, she's snatching up everybody's heart for whatever their reasons are, but she's completely unbothered by it because she's just being her, moving how she want to move. So that was the heckler. That's how he came to be. That's how I drew him out. That's what I was feeling when I made him, right? So next will be the fourth suitor. Will be the little boy. Again, keep following these. I'm almost done adding suitors. Well, it's in news. My show went well. Thank you guys for showing up and supporting. If you follow my Instagram, I took a picture of the blank mug. So those things are coming too. Always looking for vendor events, call for artists. Commissions are open again. So if you have your children's book idea, let me know. I want to work with you. Obviously, got the experience from writing, illustrating, self-publishing, printing, all of that. Like, I got you covered. If you got a question, I can help you. Portrait commissions are open as well. And we're getting ready to go back to school, so I'll probably have more art teachery things happening on here as well. But I appreciate you guys checking me out, following this piece. I can't wait till it's finished. It might take me a while, but it's gonna be good. So with anything, thank you again. Have a good time, stay creative, have all those good thoughts, positive energies, good vibe, all that great stuff. Peace.